This is Lily with MMA Nation. I'm talking to the one and only Dana White in his first trip to Hong Kong. Welcome.
I love it, man. This place is awesome. Listen to me. If you've never been to Hong Kong before, you have to come out here. It is a destination. It is a destination. Macau is awesome. Hong Kong is amazing. I'm actually pissed at myself that it took me this long to get out here. I won't do it again. I'm going to be back in August for the Macau fight. I'm bringing Ronda Rousey with me and a bunch of other people too. They got to experience this.
Excellent. So we have a big entourage coming.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to bring a ton of people out for the next one.
I know you've got a big presser in Tokyo coming up, and I've got a couple of guys who'll be there covering that live. So that's in 2 days. I'm not going to ask you anything about that because I figure you're not going to tell me anything about that yet.
Good. Thank you.
But I have some ideas, I think. So my guys will ask you the questions there later.
Okay. Deal.
I do have a couple of questions outside that are some hot topics that have been going on recently. Let's see. Well, first was the lumbar thing. That was pretty much a shock.
Yeah.
How did you guys pick?
Me too.
Yeah. How did we end up getting Woodley?
I woke up this morning to an email chain going back and forth between Lorenzo and Joe Silva that he was out, and a list of possibilities. And I said, no way, man. We can't go from the number 6 guy in the world to somebody below 6. So Woodley just fought. He came out of that fight uninjured. He's ranked number 4 in the world. So we called Woodley up, and Woodley jumped on the opportunity and took the fight.
Excellent. Okay, let me see.
Going with what I always say, every day when I get out of bed, bad shit happens.
You just let Brandon Vera go. He's a pull for the Philippines, and gave a lot of people speculation. I spoke with Mark Fisher about this a little bit. Gave a lot of people speculation that maybe the Philippines market wasn't important anymore, since he's one of only 2 major Philippine names in the roster right now. Was that the case, or is it just a matter of let go who's not?
No, the Philippines is very important to us. My bucket list, okay? For my bucket list, I told everybody, you have to put Hong Kong on your bucket list. If you haven't been here, you have to come. But Greece, Thailand, and the Philippines are my 3 places I want to go. We know how big it is in the Philippines. We get it, and it's not. We came here. There were no Chinese fighters when we came here. We didn't know there were no Mexican fighters when we went down to Mexico. Just because somebody isn't on the roster anymore doesn't mean that an entire region isn't important to us anymore.
Okay, you've got a couple of new guys signed for the Philippines too. So that gives me a kind of a segue into another question about sanctioning. When you go into countries like even Japan, which is probably unknown to a lot of people, doesn't actually have government sanctioning. How do you handle this? Yeah, we
actually sanction ourselves when we go into places that don't have it. And when we do that, we drug test everybody on the card when we go in, and we do it ourselves. I'm pretty sure when we first went into Mark Ratner would be a better guy for this question than me, but I'm pretty sure that before some of these commissions existed, we did it ourselves and self-regulated.
Okay.
It's not our favorite thing to do. We don't like to do it. We like to have serious regulation when we go into a place.
Okay. Now there's some questions I have about Fight Pass. There's a lot of people talking about it now, saying good things. There was a little bit of flack given to it in the beginning. It's an untried product. Now people are saying it's great to have the HD. And I've also heard some rumors that you're looking at getting some other sports on it, like with the recent edition of Invicta. There are a couple of guys, Josh Barnett and Sonnen, that are going to be coming up on Metamoris, grappling on Metamoris.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Chael grappling in this event? Post what's just going on with him?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Chael retired. He's doing his thing on Fox, and what he wants to do in his spare time now is up to him.
And would Metamoris be something that you might potentially look at to put on Fight Pass?
Absolutely something we'd look at for Fight Pass. I think people are going to be surprised by the things that are going to pop up on Fight Pass. I said it when the thing first came out. It started out as a way to give the library to all the fans. They'd have full access, and it just keeps evolving, and it's only going to get better and better.
Excellent. Okay. And Nick Diaz, we're going to see him fight this year?
Nick Diaz. If not this year, probably next year. If not next year, probably the year after. Who knows with them? We'll see. We'll see.
And your feeling about the China market?
I love the China market. I love it here. You know, there's obviously, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. But if this shit was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know, I love this market. It's this is where martial arts began. There's a lot of people here, which means not only do you have the potential for a lot of fans, but for a lot of great fighters.
And my last question to you involves a little bit of an opinion from me looking around Asia, since I've been covering this for quite some time. A lot of promotions here, they want to compare themselves to the UFC, or they want to rank themselves to the UFC. However, when the UFC comes into a new market, it creates an awful lot of buzz. And like today, I see a lot of people interested in it. How important is the Asia market for you personally, and for the UFC as business-wise? What percentage of your business do you see is going to be here in the foreseeable future?
Well, obviously, if we can build what we've built in other places, and if we can build what we intend to build here, this thing will be massive. It will be massive, impressive, and if there's one thing that we've shown over the last 13 years is we pretty much do what we say we're going to do. It might take us a long time, you know, we're very persistent, and things don't go, you know, don't go right all the time, but we dig in and we fight, man, and we keep scrapping until we get it done, and we'll do that here.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Pleasure.